Glass fusing is the technique used to join glass pieces together by melting the glass in the kiln. Fusing is done at temperatures ranging from 593 degrees Celsius to 816 degrees Celsius. The technique is used to create glass sculptures, jewelry pendants, wall hangings, photo frames, chimes, and functional pieces such as plates, bowls, ashtrays, napkin holders, and serving platters. Though the Egyptians were familiar with glass fusing as early as 2000 BC, the Romans were the first to develop the fusing technique. Glass fusing is a difficult art to practice, especially in India. Firstly, the supplies for the art are difficult to find and the art of fusing the glass is complex, as the coefficient factor of every glass is different and the firing temperatures can vary too. So no two pieces of glass of varying coefficient factor can be fired together, otherwise on cooling, the fused piece will crack. Hence Nirmala, a glass fusing artist in Bangalore, first performs compatibility tests and keeps the records by creating strips of compatible glass. Nirmala got into glass fusing through her journey into creative craft learning, where one craft interest led to another, and glass fusing is her last stop so far.
It is a very difficult and an expensive hobby to pursue. But then somehow I'm able to get the supplies and things like that so far. Otherwise, I'll have to make do with my own innovations, regarding the molds and making my own POP molds sometimes. Because this mask that I got I made a POP mold out of a plastic mold mask. But then what happens, I don't have this is not permanent, I made about 3 masks and then it mold broke. So I'm looking for the other alternatives, something like clay pottery mold, clay mold, and I'm not able to get anybody. And then I use the supplies like kiln wash cement and fiber blanket very, very judiciously, so that I don't have to keep replacing it every time every time I'm out of it. It's very difficult to get it from abroad. So now what I'm looking at is more people getting into this hobby and more teachers teaching this, so that the supplies, then sharing of ideas is more here. Then I don't have to look westward for all this.
Supplies required for glass fusing. Glass. Glass cutters. Running or grossing plier. Grinder to smoothen the edges. Molds that can withstand high temperatures. A kiln. Kiln wash. Design template. And protective glasses. Process. The glass is cut using a scoring tool and grossing pliers or glass cutting machine. The edges are then smoothened using a grinder, washed and dried. The kiln shelf is coated with a thin layer of kiln wash, which keeps the glass from sticking to the shelf. The glass to be fused is placed on the shelf then. If using 2 different varieties of glass, make sure that they are compatible. Remove the bonded glass from the kiln after cooling it for 24 hours. Grind the spikes formed on the fused piece, wash, dry and place it on the mold. The mold is coated with a release to ensure that the fused piece does not stick to the mold. Place the mold in the kiln for firing at desired temperature and for required time. Open the kiln door once it reaches room temperature.